Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Siri and welcome back to another video. So I know this video has been a long due and I have been waiting to make this video, but I was waiting for that right time because of course it's mental health video. It has nothing to do about English learning or whatever. It's just me sharing my personal opinion about it, or my story of it, or how much of importance I give towards it is what is going to be in this video. So if you are someone who's just on this channel just for the sake of English learning, you can watch this video if you want to, if you want to observe the sentences that I use. But if you're purely here to watch this mental health video, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of help, and I would request all of you to watch this video right till the end. So I am a very happy kid in general. I look happy. I try to be happy all the time. And of course there are a lot of times where I am depressed, or where I am, when I say depressed, it's a very big word, but I have faced a lot of situations like that in my life. So I try to be happy all the time, but life is going to throw a lot of challenges at you, because you need to gather that courage to face everything that is going to happen in your life. So, my story, I just want to first narrate my story before I say anything. So, my story starts way long when I was in my eighth, seventh, eighth, and ninth standard. So, even when I think about it today, I still feel it's quite traumatic or whatever. I mean, it's a very small story. I'll just narrate it in simple words. So when I was in my seventh standard, we used to stay in other place. Okay, so my mom and I and my dad, we three used to stay there, and my brother used to stay somewhere else for his studies. So my mother had to go to our hometown for a reason, and she had to stay there for at least 2 years because she had to take care of my grandmother as she was bedridden. My grandmother was bedridden, because of which my mother had to take care of her because there was no one to take care. So she had to stay there itself. If we had to shift there, my studies would get spoiled, and that's not a good thing. And we are like, I mean, we have a good rented house. We are okay, kind of settled over there. Father also had to leave his job if we had to go to our hometown. So what we've decided is, okay, my father and I are going to stay there in our house, and my mother is gonna go to my hometown and serve my grandmother. So she somehow convinced me that, Siri, it's okay, stay, cook, do your work, just go to school and come back. This is what you're gonna do, is what my mother told me, and even my father convinced me. So I was like, okay, if I don't understand, then the situations are not going to be good. So I need to understand the situation, and I have to stay alone. Stay alone in the sense with my father. So at that point of time, my father had a very hectic job where he used to go to his office early in the morning and would come back by 12 in the night, because it was too far from the place we used to live. And of course, to meet our daily needs, we had to. I mean, my father had to do it. He has no other option. So I was in my eighth or seventh. That means when I was around 13 or 14. This is the age, I guess. So I had to wake up early in the morning, cook something for me and something for my father, would clean the house and get ready for the school, and would go to school, come back in the evening, and had to do all the chores and get back to studying, and would wait for my father to come. And there was no TV, there was no phone, there was nothing at that point of time. It was only me and my books. And right from my childhood, I feel sad for the fact that I do not have a lot of friends. I mean, a lot of friends, I know people, but I just cannot call them friends. So I had only one best friend when I was in my school, and she is still my best friend. So she's the only one I used to talk to at that point of time. And that too, when you are 13, you have some restrictions and stuff. You just cannot go out whenever you want to. So I was just that kid who was locked in that house for the entire day. You don't have TV, you don't have your phone, you have nothing to watch. Even if there was a TV, I would have watched something, I would have learned something, or something I would have done. So it was such a, I call it a traumatic phase in my life, because I know how much of effect it showed on me, how much of effect it is still showing on me. So in those 2 years, what I've realized is that I have become a person who just don't want to share anything to anyone in life, because I stayed alone for too long that everything I think about myself is in my mind. I just don't want to share that to anyone. Of course, even if I feel like sharing that with my father, I would think that, oh my god, he has so much of stress about his work. Why would I give this extra stress talking about my own thoughts? Or why would I even talk about it? Let him just take rest because he's coming late, he's coming home late, so let him be like that, is what I used to think. So every thought that would pop up in my mind, I would just keep it to myself. I would not share that to anyone. And I have spent my life like that for 2 years. When I think about it right now, I remember every single day I have spent at that point of time. It was tough. This story seems like a very simple story, but when you actually think about it, those are the early ages of your life where they're going to show a lot of effect on your life. Let's say you are with a very good family, where let's say you have a very good friend circle, where you are taught a lot of values. See, at that point of time, I had no anger on my parents, nothing. I had nothing about it, because even they were trying to do their best. Okay, even they were trying to do their best. It was just a helpless situation. We had to be in that situation, we had no other option. And if I don't understand it, I will fail as a daughter, is what I thought at that point of time. So those moments of me spending alone has of course affected me. At that point of time I didn't realize that, but today when I sit and when I think about my behavior, that really affects me. Because even till today, when I suffer with something, when I have an issue, when I have an when I have an issue that I'm suffering with, I don't share that with people, because of that, because of those years that I've spent alone. uh, because when there's a problem, there's no one to share at that point of time in my life. And I just got habituated to that in my life, and that's how I have been for the past 5 years or so. I just don't feel like sharing that with people. Even till today, my brother always tells me that, Siri, you can't be quiet. You just have to share something. You just can't be quiet. But what to do? I am like that. I mean, I have improved a lot. To be honest, I have improved a lot. It's not that I'm still the same. I have worked on my mental health a lot. So what I've realized is that those 2 years of me staying alone, not sharing anything with people, just living in that house alone, has definitely affected my mental health. Now, when I say this to people, it will sound dramatic, it will sound, what is she talking about, and stuff like that. I just don't care about it. I Because I know I have been through it. Only maybe I can understand it. No one can understand it, including my family, because no one can understand it. Because of course, until you are in the shoes, you will not understand anything, right? So now when I think about it, it actually affected a lot. I have, I mean, I face something or the other every week. It's not like I'm happy all the time. Not only me, it's with every person. I know that you're happy one day, you're sad one day, you'll cry one day, you'll laugh one day, and that's life. I accepted that. But I just want to tell you that mental health is extremely important, guys, because I know to what extent it can ruin your life. We all give a lot of importance to physical health, we all give a lot of importance to how we look and stuff like that. But I don't think so. We do not give a lot of importance to how we feel. Like, what do you feel at that point of time? And one thing I've made sure from that point of time in my life is to be away from all the negative emotions. And of course, when you are growing up, you don't know anything. You're just learning. In that process of learning, you might learn something which is not good for you. You might learn something which is good for you. So when I was growing up, I used to. I'm a very good observer. I'm a very. Uh, I'm a very good overthinker as well. I overthink a lot, even till today. Even just before, I was overthinking. So I used to just look at people, would be very interested to know what's happening in their life, and would be very interested to know anything in general. But later I realized that thinking too much about people or thinking too much about unnecessary stuff is going to give you a lot of negative emotions in your mind, and that indirectly affects your mental health. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it's all over the place. Let me just be clear. So that those stages of life, of course, made me a weak person mentally, and I admit that. Now I'm a very much stronger person because I've consciously worked on it, especially from the past 1 year. Of course, from the past 2 years, but actively from the past 1 year, I've been consciously working on my mental health. And you don't believe me when I say this. Siri back then used to cry for every small thing, like every small thing that would happen in her life. Uh, Siri was like that. Siri was extremely sensitive back then. Extremely. When I say extreme, extreme to the extreme, that's how sensitive she was. But with time, I've understood that's not how I'm supposed to be. That's not how I'm supposed to break down in my life. I will have to take a responsibility of my life. I will have to work hard. I will have to study hard. And I will have to work on my mental health as well. Even till today, every day I ask myself that, how do you feel today? I give a lot of importance to it because I've clearly seen how that can affect you in your life, how mental health can affect you in your life. And I'm telling you, when I say mental health, nobody is responsible for that in your life. You have to work upon that by your own self. This, you cannot blame anyone, your family, your friends, no one, because until you heal it, it's not gonna work out. Until you start to heal it, it's definitely not gonna work out. So how my early stages of growing up were at that point of time. And later when we moved to other place, I started to face a lot of anxiety issues because I was just like staying alone for like those couple of years in my life. When I shifted to other city, I started to face a lot of anxiety. I could not even be in places where there were a lot of people, as I got habituated to uh, just spend my life with my own self. And I don't even consider to be that my mistake or anyone's mistake, because that's a very helpless situation at that point of time. So when we shifted or when we moved, of course, a lot of anxiety issues, a lot of insecurities, a lot of stress that I would take for every small thing, all of them were there when I was growing up, when I was in my intermediate, when I was in my 12th or 11th. Even I think even when I was in my first year of degree, I used to face a lot of anxiety issues. Even till today, I think I do, but a lot of it was come down, and I'm really proud of myself that from where to where I've come today, and how I'm dealing everything with my own self. So I just want to tell you over here that mental health is important, guys. Every day, how you check your physical health, the same way you got to check your mental health, because you do not know when what kind of situation is going to occur to you mentally, and you have to be strong enough to face it. Of course, we are humans, we cry, uh, we show all those emotions, and it's completely all right. But everything needs to have a control in your life. Do not let anything affect your mental health, and that's a conscious decision I have taken after my degree first year, or intermediate second year. That's a conscious decision I've taken because I have seen me slowly starting to go into depression because there's no one to share. Of course, I have my beautiful family, they have their own work to do. Situations are like that, but uh, I had to work on my own self, and I'm a kind of a person who's extremely independent. I don't depend on someone for anything, like from very small things, be it my food. Like food, of course, you stay with your family, I'm not talking about that, but it's not like someone has to come and do it for me. Like my mom has to be there to put the food in the plate and give me. I'm giving you a simple example. So that's how I've been right from my childhood, that okay, I'm going to do everything by myself. I will work for my own self. I will have to stand as an independent girl, is what I've thought from that point of time. So when I started to work on my mental health, I realized how much I have changed as a person. You should have seen me at that point of time, how depressive I used to look. Even the way I used to look got affected because of the way I feel here. And it is true. But in some cases where you look extremely beautiful and you smile, but inside there's a lot of fuss that's going on. But with me, if I don't feel good, that will be reflected on my face. If I am not mentally strong, that will be reflected in the way I look. So you should have seen me at that point of time, you would be surprised. So what I'm trying to tell you overall is you are definitely responsible for your mental health. I shared this story with you because I'm just thinking that there are going to be similar stories that you would have faced in your life, and I completely understand how they are going to affect your mental health. And I'm here to tell you that if life is putting you in so those kind of challenges, you have to prove yourself that okay, even if you put me in these hard challenges, I will overcome it and I will work on my mental health. And you have to be that strong person for your own self. I can't be that for you, no one else can't be that for you. You have to be that for yourself. The same thing I've done in my life. If life has put me in those situations, okay, that those couple of years have definitely affected my life, but I just can't let it be like that. I will have to work on my mental health further. I will have to do something that would do better for my life, something that would do better for my mental health. Later I've realized that okay, Siri, daily you got to check how is your mental health, how you're feeling this day. Are you feeling stressed, are you feeling anxious, are you feeling any kind of emotions, like what are the emotions that you are feeling in your life? And I gave a promise to myself from that day, anything that is going to affect your mental health, you just have to be a bit far from that. Okay, you just have to be a bit far, because you just cannot let anything affect your mental health, because then you will be a person who's going to attract all the negative energy, or all the crap that's just simply going on. So there's anything that is affecting your mental health, you just have to be a bit far from it. Of course, you got to be selfish. You have to be selfish in your life sometimes, because your health is important, your family's health is important, your mental health is important, and you just can't involve yourself into things that are going to affect your mental health. Can't do that. You just can't do that. And till today I'm telling you, every time I face an anxiety issue, I try not to say it to anyone, because I just don't want to give that stress to anyone in life. And if I keep saying that to people, I that means I will be depending on them. I will have to stand for my own self, right? If I am facing any anxiety issue, I will have to solve that by myself. I still have some, but it has come down a lot. uh, those days, if there's a lot of crowd, and I would suddenly start to break down. It sounds silly when I say this, but all of them are very much true, something that I've always faced. There was a time where I faced a very big insecurity issue, and I just started to cry in the crowd, and there was no one to help me out. And at that point of time, I realized that Siri, you don't need anyone to help you out, and you will have to fight with all these by your own self. And because you are your best friend, You have to be with yourself. Of course you should be grateful for everyone who's around you, especially your family. You have to be grateful for that. But your family is going to be extremely happy when you stand by yourself, when you solve everything by yourself. Even till today, my mother is extremely proud that Siri knows how to solve this. Siri is going to figure this out. Siri is going to just get through it. That's how she is, because that's the kind of belief that I gave to her right from my childhood. So the pure intention, a pure intention to make this video for all of you is that, guys, mental health is important. If you are suffering with something regarding your mental health, there could be some story which made you like that. There could be some situations that made you like that. You please dissect it, and you will have to overcome that. Just the way I had a story. Of course it's a simple story is what people say, but again I'm telling you, only I know the pain. So there could be some story, some situation that happened in your life because of which now you're facing all these anxiety issues or whatever. And remember, they can be solved if you work upon them. The only thing I will tell you today is, do not depend on anyone, like anyone. You have to be stronger by your own self. You have to solve everything by your own self. You have a lot of resources these days. Read, research, try to know yourself better. Try to do something that is going to provide you some relief in your mental health. Just try to do that, and just work upon yourself every single day. And you are not alone. Everybody has these issues, and it's an everyday fight. If you are someone who's extremely happy with their life, you have no issues with your mental health, then good for you. Happy for you. You are blessed. And you might have worked a lot upon it. But I'm telling you, if you're someone who's facing this, everybody does. It's just that people don't express it. Everybody does. And every day is a fight. We have to fight with it. Not every day we are going to laugh. Not every day we are just going to smile. There are going to be days where we cry. There are going to be days where we feel anxious. There are going to be days where we feel sad. And it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Let those, we are humans, we are going to have those emotions, but do not take a lot of stress, because that is going to affect a lot of other things in your life. Even when I talk about English, I keep telling you guys that, don't take stress, don't take stress, because I know how it affects the other things in life. So overall, I'm telling you, it's okay. I'm here. I am here with you on this. I've been through it, and I completely know how it feels. The only thing I can tell you as a well wisher is to please start working upon it before it's too late. So please start working upon it. Read, meditate, uh, find that calmness, spend time with your loved ones, or do anything that is going to provide you some strength to your mental health. And you are completely responsible towards it. You can't blame anyone out there. So that's what I would like to tell you. I did not know how to just frame this video. And this was, and this video does not have a proper script. I just sat down and just started to talk. So even till today, not every day is a happy day for me. I might seem like that in front of camera, but there are going to be issues that will be faced by me. There are going to be issues that you will have to face. So accept that not every day is going to be happy. And even if there are going to be sad days, you are going to be with them. You are going to solve them. So that's what you have to keep in your mind. And remember, mental health is important just the way physical health is important. So work upon it every single day. Do what you feel is right. Do what you feel is going to provide some support to your mental health. And that's what you should remember.